Hi everyone, welcome back to Gwen TV, and this is Gwen. Well, it's been a while talking to you guys, and I was quite busy because it's the vacation season in Korea, and I'm working with lots of college students nowadays. There are a lot of, students who are in school right now, or some graduate schools, students who are getting ready for their jobs, and they both need TOEIC speaking scores. So they're coming here to see me and study with me, and yeah, we're having a lot of fun here. But anyway, I was quite busy, so I didn't have enough time to talk to you guys online on YouTube. So hopefully soon I'll be doing some more live shows, hopefully. Okay, so today I brought one test set back from July 14th. It was held at 3:30 p.m. Korean time. So it's been a month, but still I think I consider this very trendy, so I think it's worthwhile talking about every single one of them. So let's hop right into part one. And part one, I do have two passages here, but I'm just going to cover up one, and let's go with the first one. So I'm going to read it to you, so listen carefully, okay? You're listening to Weather Forecast News on 102.1 FM. After the storm that hit our area last night, the weather has cleared up considerably. We're predicting clear skies, light breezes, and warm temperatures to last throughout the weekend. It should be a great time to enjoy the outdoors. All right. So while I was reading this passage, I've noticed that some of the words could be very hard to pronounce, especially with the TH sound. Like for example, there's the word saying weather, right? When you're saying the TH sound, the right way of doing this is to stick out your tongue like this, weather, weather. But when you say it fast, it doesn't actually come out, but still, you have to still think about, TH sound, having your tongue stick down. So it's weather, weather, weather forecast news. And in the middle, there was another TH where it says throughout, okay? So another TH sound there, throughout the weekend. Okay, and some other words like considerably. Now, considerate or consider might be some words that you've seen very often, but when you say considerably, you don't see this very often, and it's really hard to pronounce because there's the bully sound in the end. So it's considerably. Try to practice it several times slowly and then make it quicker, faster. So considerably, and then considerably, okay? It could be a little helpful. Or if you're not confident saying this word, just say considerably and try to make it a little slower. And when I saw the word breezes, I remembered some students having a hard time saying this in a long vowel sound. It's not breezes, it's breezes. So it's got to be long vowel E sound, okay? So it's light breezes. And the last word, but not the least one, is temperatures. And a lot of Korean students, they say temperatures. Wrong, all right? It's temperatures. Now, this sound is produced because of the stress that goes on the first syllable, which is tem. And the other sounds following after that is sort of like all mushed up together, so it's temperatures, not temperatures. That's wrong, okay? So repeat after me, temperatures, okay? So it's more like temperatures, okay? So I'm going to read this once again and listen carefully to the words that I picked out, and try to think about how, and look at my mouth while I'm reading, how I'm pronouncing those words, okay? You're listening to Weather Forecast News on 102.1 FM. After the storm that hit our area last night, the weather has cleared up considerably. We're predicting clear skies, light breezes, and warm temperatures to last throughout the weekend. It should be a great time to enjoy the outdoors. Okay, So that was a hard one. I think that was a very hard one. Now we're going to move on to part 2, which is describing a picture. And I have this colorful picture from an office setting. Actually, it's not an office where people are working separately, but it's an office where people are working together. So we can say this is a meeting room, right? There's a big table in the middle, everybody's sitting around the table, and there are four people. So some of the words that I see here are woman, long hair, smiling, talking on a phone, holding a pen, writing something, things like that. And you know, in the background, the people are not that clear, but you can still tell what they're doing. You can even tell their facial expressions. So a woman is smiling, you know, and they're using a laptop computer. They're looking at it together. And there's a man on the left side. He's wearing glasses. He has a beard there. He has a full beard. When it's covering most part of your face, you can say it's a full beard. Full beard. And he's, you know, looking through some documents. And, you know, in front of them, it's a very messed up. It's a very messy table. There are a lot of things there. So things like that. I'm going to describe the picture, not like this, not like what I was just saying, but in 3 steps. So the first step is where you give like an introduction. You say where the picture has been taken and how many people there are. And in the middle part, this is the main section. You are going to describe mostly about the people in the picture. So you say the location first, the looks, and some actions that they're doing. And if the time allows, you can talk about some other things, like the things on the table and stuff like that. And in the end, for step 3, I always tell my students to save up 5 seconds in the end so that you can give an ending to your description. So I will say something, 1 sentence in the end. So it's like sort of my assumption, my thoughts on what these people are doing. So it's going to be a 45-second answer. I always say it's very important to time yourselves, right? You always got to time yourselves. You never know how much you're talking, okay? You sometimes could be short, it can sometimes be longer than 45 seconds, and it's not good. It's got to be right on time. So listen carefully. Well, this is a picture taken at an office, and there are 4 people in this picture. They look like office workers. They are sitting around the table and working together. On the right side of the picture, I can see a woman. She has long hair and is wearing a bracelet. She's talking on a phone and writing something. On the left side of the picture, I can see a man. He's wearing glasses and he has a full beard. He's holding some documents and reading them. In the middle of the picture, I can see 2 people. Both of them are looking at a laptop computer and using it together. One of them is smiling and she's wearing glasses. In the foreground of the picture, there is a table and maybe they are busy. Now, that was my 45 seconds. Actually, you know, in my head, I was thinking, oh my gosh, I want to talk about those things on the table. I want to talk about those things, the rolls of documents, all those files. It's very messy, but right at that moment, I saw on the timer, it was already 40 seconds, which means that I only have 5 more seconds remaining. So I wasn't able to do that. Instead, I just ended my answer by saying, maybe they are busy. Like I always say, you need at least 5 seconds to end the answer, okay? Don't have the timer cut you off. Try to sort of like give a closure to your answer. Okay, that was a very moderate kind of picture. It wasn't so hard, it wasn't so easy, but still there were lots of things to talk about. Now, moving on to part 3. Okay, so the topic here, part 3, was outdoor markets. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I love to go to outdoor markets. The last time I've been to an outdoor market was in Taiwan, actually. There's a night market, and you know, like places like Taiwan, Taipei, and oh yeah, Bangkok. They had a great outdoor night market. And when you go there, there's so many fabulous and amazing things to do. So you can talk about that. Or, you know, in Korea, there are several, in Seoul area, there are several, I think just a few outdoor markets where you can call them a farmer's market. So you can buy some fruits or vegetables relatively at a lower price. So people like to go there, I think. But you know, like times like this, it's really hot. Can you see the weather outside? It's like steaming hot. It's freaking really hot. It's killing me. So anyway, if it's too hot, I don't want to go to outdoor markets, right? Because you know, the weather, the air conditioning is not there, and you know, when you're buying something, you want to take time, but if it's too hot, it's annoying. So I'd rather go to supermarkets, like the big grocery ones. But anyway, I go there from time to time. So this is what we're going to talk about. Now, first question, again, when I'm actually giving an answer, I try to time myself. So I'm going to show you how much I'll be speaking for 15 seconds. Now, first one is, how far is the nearest outdoor market from your house? Now, that's not the only question. Is the market open all year around? All right. Well, there's one outdoor market near my house, and it's called the Rainbow Outdoor Market, and it's pretty close. It takes about 20 minutes by car, and it is open all year round. So I go there often. Now, unlike the reality, the truth is, honestly, I don't go to outdoor markets often, but I just said it. I just said I go there often because it's open all year around, which means that they're open 365 days a year. They have no closing days. So that's why I said I go there often. Now, second question, when is the best time to go to an outdoor market and why? I think weekend is the best time to go to an outdoor market because I work every day on weekdays. I don't have time. I'm very busy. I don't have time to go to an outdoor market during the weekdays. So I go there on weekend. Of course, there are a lot of people there, but okay, my answer is being cut off. So I exceeded 15 seconds. I talked a little bit longer, but still, I was providing the part where I said I go there on weekend. The weekend is the best time to go to an outdoor market. I kept talking to give more, reasons to my answer, but I've been cut off. But I think that was enough answer to get full marks. All right, and the last question. What are some advantages of having an outdoor market in your area? Oh, and about this question, people always ask me what they should say about the questions like this, but when I am asked questions like advantage, when they're asking about advantage, I like to talk about both advantages and disadvantages. So I could sort of like fulfill the time. That's a little, trick that I use. So I'll show it to you guys. What are some advantages of having an outdoor market in your area? Actually, there are both advantages and disadvantages of having an outdoor market in my area. And one advantage is that I can save money because when I buy things at outdoor market, it's cheaper, and sometimes I can ask for a discount, so it's very nice. I can save money. But one disadvantage is that it's too far sometimes. It's in the area, but it takes about 20 minutes by car, and it's far further than the E-Mart or whatever local store you have, okay? So about the disadvantage, I wasn't thinking about it, so I was like, okay, sort of making it up. But still, I was saying it's not too close. It's a little further than the supermarket. The supermarket's name here is called E-Mart. It's not Walmart, it's not Kmart, it's E-Mart. So I said it's further than E-Mart. Okay, so like this, what you want to do is you should provide more words, more sentences, more content, so the raters could listen to your answer and think, oh, this person knows more about what they're talking about, what he or she is talking about. She knows relative expressions. She knows how to make, he or she knows how to make, sentences in English. So I'm going to give him or she or him or her a better score. Or, it doesn't always have to be truth because they're not, thinking whether this is a lie or the truth. What they want to know is if you can speak English well. So you just got to be talking. And that's the reason why I told you to speak both about advantages and disadvantages. That's a little trick that I'm giving you here. So don't be too honest and just keep talking, okay? Part 4. All right, well, this is a very, let's say, general chart or schedule that you would see on part 4. It's very normal one. It says Annual Film Directors Conference. There's the location on the top. There's a date right below it. And on the lower part, you see the time, the sessions, and the leaders. So it's a conference. So you would think that this is either a speech or a presentation, or this might be a discussion. People might talk things together with the leader. So we don't know, actually. They're not indicating those, whether this is a speech or a presentation. So in that case, I suggest that this could be speeches. All these could be speeches. All these could be presentations, or some might be lectures. You can just play around with some of the words there, okay? And when you're using those words, it's give a lecture, give a speech, and give a presentation. All right, and there's this first question here. Well, there's a narration. Let me read you the narration part. Hi, my name is Krista Miles. I'm interested in attending the next annual Film Directors Conference. The problem is I don't have a copy of the schedule. This is what happens all the time. And do you think you could fill me in on some details about it? All right, so that's her excuse on asking the questions. Now, first question is, when is the conference going to be held? When? And where will it take place this year? Very obvious one. I mean, I could have guessed it. If I were to take this test before they give me the first question, I could have guessed it. So it's like where and when. The answer is it will be held on Monday, January 8th. And it will take place at Midwest Conference Center. Now, when you provide these two kinds of information, you might have some time left. So that's when you say, please keep that in mind. Or you could simply say, please remember. Okay? Now, the second question says, someone told me that the nomination for the Director of the Year award will be held during the lunchtime. Do you see that? During the lunchtime. Is that true? No, because lunchtime and nomination, those two are totally separate things. They're different things. So you would say, no, you have the wrong information. And look at the nomination part. It's at 3, right? So you just say it'll start at 3 p.m. or it'll take place at 3 p.m. Or you could say it'll be held at 3 p.m. All right, lastly, the question says, please tell me all you can about the sessions that will focus on technology. All right, technology. And there are 2. I'm telling you, for question number 9, they're always aiming for 2 things, okay? So you would say just there are 2. And at noon, or you can say at 12 p.m., there will be a speech on advances in SFX technology given by Sean Cook. And at 4 p.m., at 4, okay, Tina Rivers will give a speech on cost-effective lighting technology. Now, first one, I started out by saying there will be, and then given by. And the second one, I started by Tina Rivers will give a speech, blah, blah, blah. Because they want to know whether you know how to utilize all different kinds of English, sentences and way they're made. So it means like if you're aware of grammar usages or not. So you would like to show this way of the sentences and this way of the sentences. It's better for your, higher score. So it's better to use different, various kinds of, sentences and expressions. Make sure you take note of that. So for this part, there's nothing really special to talk about because it was so normal. It's just an average looking chart. But try to be careful not to, make mistakes on your grammar usage. That's what this part is focusing on, okay? Be careful with your grammars. Now, part 5. Oh, this is a conversation. It's not a phone message. So I will have to act like I'm, 2 people here. So the first, it's a conversation. Have you seen those pictures where people are like sitting around the table and it seems like they're having a meeting together? And normally during the message, you hear a woman and a man talk to each other. So here, as you know, we're opening a catering service this year, and although we planned a lot of things, we haven't decided on a final menu yet. I'd like to get some feedback about the menu, and I'm still not sure what kind of food we will serve. Well, we have to come up with a menu that will attract people's attention,
They probably won't be interested in using our service if we don't.
There isn't much time left, but I want to get some more ideas. Well, please leave me a message on my office phone with your thoughts on a menu that could be popular. Okay, so you're listening to this conversation, and the situation is that you are one of the participants of that meeting. So you're listening to them at site. That's what they're trying to make you, think. And after listening, she said to leave a message. All right, so you're not talking right there at the site, but you're going to leave a message regarding this matter. Now, they're starting a catering service. They don't know what to put on their menu. That was the main focus here, the situation and the problem. All right, so I, of course, have to give the answer for 1 minute, which is 60 seconds. So let me speak for 1 minute. Hello there, this is Gwen. Well, I heard at the meeting that we are starting the new catering service. And however, there's a problem because you don't know what to choose for the menu items. So the menu isn't ready. So you'd like to get some help with this matter. Well, first of all, I'm sorry to hear about the situation. However, I'm happy to say that there's a way to help you out. And after looking into the situation, I came up with the following suggestions. Well, first, I think it's a good idea to offer some sandwiches and finger foods for the customers. Well, that should be very nice. And moreover, why don't we do a survey among our regular customers and ask them what they want? That should be very helpful too. Well, those are my suggestions. And if you need more help, feel free to call me back anytime. Well, thank you. Good luck. Bye. And that was exactly 1 minute. There. I always tell you guys, don't go to take the test not preparing what to say for part 5. Well, first of all, what you got to prepare is a template. You need a template to talk for 1 minute efficiently, all right? I wasn't planning to speak for 1 minute. I didn't know whether my answer would last for 1 minute, but what I was confident about was that my template would help me to get there. Okay, that's how you deal with part 5. You don't just talk, and talk. So use the template that I show you. Am I going to show it to you here? And just try to memorize the template and try to, insert the parts where you would have to shake it, change it for each and every question. All right. And the more you talk about what you heard in the message would bring you better score. And secondly, the solutions gotta match with the situation. You can't just say, oh, you know what, I don't know, ask somebody else. Or you can't just say, oh, you know what, I don't know, use the internet and look for some answers. No. That is not a good answer, okay? They want to know whether you've understood the situation, and they want to know if you could provide the least answer that could, solution that could be possible for this kind of situation. Okay, they're not asking for much, so you got to be ready for that. All right, so first memorize a template and prepare some solutions. Just read through, look through the channel. You will find what kind of questions appear on TOEIC Speaking, and just think about some solutions that you might say. That's like brainstorming. That's called brainstorming. Okay, and go to the test and apply. That's all. That's it. And last part is part 6. The question is, what are some advantages of traveling by train when you have a long trip? All right, traveling by train. All right, I had the experience recently, actually. Now, for part 6, when they're asking for advantages, you have to focus on advantages. You cannot say, oh, you know what, I'm going to talk about both advantages and disadvantages. No, it's not good for this part. Because they want you to stick with one opinion. They don't want you to go here, there, everywhere around. You're just going to be in the black or in the white. All right? So let's think about some advantages of traveling by train. Actually, in Korea, we have 2 different kinds of trains. I think most countries do. And one is just a normal train. It takes about 5 to 6 hours to go to a place called Busan from Seoul. So it's not that fast. It's fast, but it's not like fast. And there's the other kind called KTX or SRT, and these are the faster ones, the high-speed train. Like when you go to France, you've heard about TGV, those kind, okay? So when you come to Korea and take these trains, I guess you could reach almost every part of Korea, almost everywhere of Korea. So I think it's nice. But one, actually, I'm not a driver myself. I don't drive a car, so I can't speak for everybody else. But you know, when you're driving, you could easily get tired, and when you're taking a train, you're not driving, right? So I think it's going to be better. You can fall asleep, you can relax. So that's what I'm going to say. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. And you know, the best part of traveling by train is, you know, there is this little cart that passes you by from time to time, and you can buy snacks there. You can buy beer, and nowadays they provide you with these little snacks, like little chips and cookies and nuts, and you can actually drink in the train. Yeah, you can drink coffee, you can drink beer, not a lot, but you know, it's more fun. So that's what I'm going to talk about. Now, 1 minute. There are many advantages of traveling by train when I have a long trip. There are several reasons to support my opinion, and most of all, it's very helpful. For example, last month I went on a trip to Busan. It was so far away, so I didn't drive my car. Instead, I went there by train. I took a high-speed train called KTX. It was very fast, and it took about 2 hours to go to Busan. And when I was on the train, I was able to do many things such as eating, sleeping, and so on. And when I arrived, I was in good condition, so I was able to enjoy my trip. I did many things there, such as swimming, sunbathing, and so on. I was able to enjoy my trip and get rid of my stress. It was very fun and exciting and nice. Fabulous, and that is why I think so. Here, exactly 1 minute. Okay, again, 1 minute. So in the end, I tried to, you know, I wanted to fulfill that 1 minute. So I was like saying it was fun, it was good, it was exciting, fabulous. Well, still, I'm providing relative, you know, words there, expressions there. And in the end, I said that is why I think so. Okay. I like to end my answers with this little sentence, that is why I think so, because it sort of, you know, wraps up everything that you said. Oh, that's why I think like this way, okay? So don't say, I think like that. Normally, the natives would say, that's why I think so, okay? All right, so that was a recent test set from July 14th, and I would say this was not a hard one. It was just a moderate kind of test set. And some of my students, they reported to me that, you know, they've achieved good score on this test. So I guess it must have been easier for them. But, you know, I always tell them, when you're prepared, no tests are hard. For those who don't prepare and who want luck, that's when the test gets hard. So don't, you know, prey on your luck. Don't think that you're going to become lucky this time, okay? Be prepared, memorize, practice, and you'll achieve that goal. And it's really hot here in Korea right now. I want to show you how hot it is outside. It's really hot. Anyway, I hope you guys have safe summertime. And I'm gonna be there soon live. But until then, I'll see you more on this channel recorded. All right? See you then. Bye.